Are you tired of the same old pro wrestling? Then check out the amazing action on Powerslam.tv, the biggest indie pro wrestling channel in the world. Get over 3,000 hours of the best pro wrestling events from over 100 of the biggest names in the industry from over 15 countries around the globe. Get your free trial today at Powerslam.tv.
The following is brought to you by the Social Suplex Podcast Network.
This is Jordan Grace, and you're listening to the Social Suplex Podcast Network.
BWB, this is One Nation Radio. You better get it right. Rich Latta, James Boyd came to give them life. The Blackest Wrestling Podcast has come to kick all ass and drop it 6 feet if they're kicking trash. Word, let me welcome y'all to something different. And if you dig it, man, you should let some friends listen. We be getting it in, this on the regular, dude. Ravish and flow, but this shit rude. See, James don't rap, so I had to break it down. The whole network, man, we coming for the crown. Raps in the columns, I keep them both covered. Making the beats too, so the listeners can bump it. Hit us with the rating, yeah, I'm saying it's a 5. Before you hit it, talk, bob your head side to side. It's One Nation Radio, and this is the beginning. It's Rich, and I'm here with James. It's time to listen to One Nation.
We got to unleash the power of the pyramid.
This is Mike Sempervive from WrestlingObserver.com. Check me out on Wrestling Observer Live every day. And also check out your boys, Rich and James, on One Nation Radio.
This is Kenny Omega. We're listening to One Nation Radio. Check it out, guys. These guys know what's up. Big Kenny Omega fans, that's all that counts to me. Goodbye and good night.
Hey. Welcome to... Oh, what is this? What date is this?
It is. Oh, you always fuck this up. Yeah, this is December 16th. December 16th. I got you back.
Yep, December 16th edition of One Nation Radio, and this is the TLC review. We're here with Jeremy Donovan from Keepin It Strong Style, and of course, my co-host James Boyd, and I'm Rich Latta. What's going on, everybody? If you're seeing this on your Facebook feeds, your YouTube timeline, or Twitter,
tout.
Yeah, tout. That too. Yeah, man. So WWE TLC just wrapped up. Shockingly good show.
Okay. All right. So, yes, they have not had a tape or pay-per-view this year that has came through to this extent.
Right.
But, like on paper, just like every freaking WWE pay-per-view at this point, it all comes down to the booking or whether or not we're going to get ourselves a great show. And they decided to not book like jackasses today.
Anytime they want to do that is welcome for me. So.
Yes. Like applaud them.
They figured they didn't get the ratings up, so let's have some babyfaces win.
Yeah.
We saw a bunch of that.
Like maybe we have a kick-ass show or a very good show. Like maybe people will want to tune in to watch it.
Right. Yeah, man. So like where do we begin? I guess we can begin right at the main event. Asuka winning her first ever SmackDown Women's Championship. The women going on last. Very excited for Charlotte and Becky and Asuka to get that moment. They earned it. They were undoubtedly the hottest thing going into the show. They felt like main eventers. The crowd received them as main eventers, and it ain't no reason like for them not to be closing more pay-per-views at this rate.
Right. I mean, the women right now, they're on fire. They're the top stars, the top draws. Like everybody came to see the man in the main event, and it was fire.
Yep.
Yeah. I think that it was all the more impressive by the fact that they were able to overcome the fact that they had that palate cleanser match right before them. So like, I don't want to hear no excuses from Seth Rollins or Dean Ambrose or anybody that's an apologist for what's been going on with them in their lackluster build and now a lackluster match or a match that leaves you wanting more, because they had a classic match before them and they had a classic match after them. So
yeah, and I don't want to hear it. It's really bad. Well, we'll get to them in a moment, but let's talk about this. Asuka winning the title. Great match.
Yes.
Ronda comes out at the end to fuck Becky and Charlotte.
In a crude way of saying that fuck two birds with one stone.
Correct. and these three like went through hell before Ronda showed up, going through tables, falling off of ladders, kendo sticks, the spear from Charlotte through the thing.
Becky looking like she broke Charlotte's rib cage with the same spot from Evolution. Yeah. So, I mean, with the leg drop, the subatomic leg drop, as I like to call it. So, yeah, Charlotte, they killed each other.
Becky was taking bumps on the ladder. Charlotte getting T-boned into a table by the barricade.
Right.
So many crazy spots in this match.
Yes. I mean, Charlotte also got powerbombed through a table.
Yeah.
I mean, it broke at the bottom, but she still got powerbombed through her table.
That still hurt.
And then she had to deal where she did the front flip over.
The swan through the table. Yeah, the Matt Hardy or Jeff Hardy.
Just a complete, very physical match. And what happens with the women, I think what they may lack in athleticism, they make up for it in physicality. Becky Lynch ain't the most athletic person in the world. Let's just, but
she will never be mistaken for Bianca Belair.
Yeah, but she's she's got it right now. She's the one.
I think the character work that she's been doing, where she's saying that I've been chewed up and spit out, and talk about how she falls and gets back up like the old Dwayne Wade Iverson.
Fall 9 times, get up 10.
Yeah,
or something that.
That whole thing is it's true. I've been chewed up and spit out more times than I can count. And I'm a grinder, and you're going to have to reach a level of desperation and creativity and something big to put me away. And the other women also met that level of intensity. And this is a great match. This is a match of the year contender. I think for me, I'd have to rewatch the Last Woman Standing match, and but I think this might be match of the year for the main roster.
Yeah, I mean, they went out there and just killed it, man. This is great stuff. I mean, we've been waiting all year
for great matches.
And we finally got one here.
Hell, we got two in one night.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
Yeah, it's really a thing, and a testament to the Charlotte and Becky feud, which is in pole position right now for the WWE main roster feud of the year. It's crazy, and the belt going on Asuka kind of takes that somewhere else, but still kind of allows everything to roll on. This was good booking. This is no reason for, if you're a Becky Lynch fan, right? There's no reason for you to be upset. There are clearly bigger things on the horizon for Becky Lynch. She pretty much blew the Nia Jax shit off. It seems like.
I'm glad they didn't have Nia interfere instead of Ronda. They had Ronda instead of Nia.
Yep. Yeah. So that all that stuff about this could possibly be Becky Lynch versus Nia while they do the rematch of Charlotte versus Ronda at WrestleMania 35. They can.
I think that's just a fear monger thing from this point forward.
It's deserved.
Yeah. Correct.
What they've done this year or the last 2 years.
Correct.
So yeah, I feel like they came into the show with two over women. There was a lot of damage that could have been done with Charlotte, but that feud with Becky, her taking those L's, got people to not turn on her in a way that we thought was going to be reminiscent to the Roman Reigns thing. And then she beats the piss out of Ronda, and then we get to where we are now, where she's just over. And then when they did the week before or the couple days before the Survivor Series match, when the crowd wanted her to pick Asuka. And ever since that moment, they've been build, and they had that match the other day where they've done the Charlotte thing where Charlotte gets pissed, pulls her stack because she can't handle not winning, and she pulls out a kendo stick and starts beating the piss out of people.
That's her thing now.
That's what's been established now for this entire week. Where Tuesday, same thing. She couldn't beat Asuka, she pulls her stack, gets the kendo stick. Right, or just tonight, same thing. Pulls out the kendo stick because she can't win or she's not going to win, and now we have Asuka as now established on form footing. She's on par as far as crowd reaction overness with these two main eventers. So we made somebody.
Yeah, she got the belt. And Asuka and Charlotte and Becky still have their thing.
Yep.
Something else, and pretty much
they can pretty much do anything they want to because
Asuka will be the consolation prize. But is that really a consolation prize? For Charlotte, because I think everyone knows the match everyone wants is Ronda and Becky.
Yep.
That's not a bad thing to put Charlotte because, if you look at Charlotte, so you're she's going to go very underappreciated this year, I think, in all the Wrestler of the Year votings. And yes, she's a very she's a great candidate. The One Nation Awards have been finalized tonight, and I will be releasing them soon. People are going to have to show Charlotte some love.
For me, you're talking about wrestler of the year for the main roster. She's like, it was 4 and 5 for me. It was a tier of Becky, Seth, and AJ were in a tier of 3 for the top, and then below that was the second tier where it was just 2 people, Bryan and Charlotte. And
that switched up tonight.
Now a bunch of stuff switched around, but like the tiers are still sort of the same. And like people have to start saying this shit is weird shit about like because of Charlotte being over pushed or whatever. Like, yeah, she has been over pushed, but much like the same thing we were talking about with Roman at the beginning of it was like he's having kick-ass matches. You can't hold against him and have kick-ass matches and you say you're over pushed. You can complain about it or whatever else, and that's fine. And you're right to some extent. However, this person's paying you off with big matches, and she's been having kick-ass matches lately.
Yeah, I would have probably went like 4.5 on that one. That was probably my personal second favorite match of the night. We'll get to my first in a minute, but before we get to that, Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose came out here and laid a fucking egg. I feel so vindicated. With this match, I've been banging it like a Cherokee drum that this thing has sucked from day one. That they did the turn with the Roman Reigns cancer shit, all of it ended up meaning nothing. The crowd sat there and looked at these dudes like they were just bored, tired, completely.
This is boring.
Becky Lynch chance. This is boring.
Okay, so for me, it's the thing that's really frustrating for me.
Awful.
Let's start from the back. Let's start from the overall global perspective. They had a good match, but it's just a normal good match. This was given the amount of effort they put into this thing, that we were thinking this is going to be a match.
Will save it in the ring.
We thought we were going to save it in the ring, given the prior history and also given what they did with the emotion of the Roman thing and killing the Shield, which everyone loves the Shield. And we thought that we also thought that, this match is going to pay off in the same way that the matches before and after were going to pay off. And it just didn't get there. And the thing that really you kind of just knew going in, like once the bells rang, that like we were in for one of these, like we could be in for disappointment was
they started with a fucking lockup.
They started with a face push,
face push, lockup, and they started wrestling. Like these guys are supposed to hate each other. Like Dean just stabbed you in the back, and he's talking all this crap about Roman and cancer, how he's going to meet his maker. And
I forgot about that.
And on top of that, he's been leaving you laying every other week for 6 weeks, 7 weeks.
So let's go to some of these comments from earlier. Joe dropped an LOL. Simon was like, Asuka ended the year as champion. I'm satisfied. Now her Royal Rumble win actually has meaning in some way. Joe Saba says Becky versus everyone is the feud of the year. Ben Schaefer says live from Strong Style Studios. Yes, we are. Miguel says her WrestleMania payoff. I'm not sure what he was referencing there. Maybe Asuka. Simon says now all they have to do is not treat Asuka's title reign like they did Naomi's. Joe says winning the title in the best match of the year with the two biggest female stars in the company is no consolation. I kind of meant like towards the WrestleMania, like whoever doesn't get the Ronda match will get Asuka. That's what I meant. Yeah. So Tom says, who's that guy? Rich, who's that guy on your shirt? Is he in the WWE? This is an Andrade Cien Almas shirt. And despite them not putting him on pay-per-view at any time this year, I'm a huge fan of this man. WWE, you are fucking wrong.
Hey, how about this? I've seen Andrade Cien Almas have 4 matches that were better than Ambrose versus Rollins tonight on TV.
Yeah.
And he lost all 4 of them.
Yeah.
Between both matches with Bryan, both matches with Styles.
So disappointing, like with that feud. Like when they started with that lockup, I just sat there and watched them have this regular match. Then Seth Rollins gets back into I'm going to sell the knee mode, which I'm tired of. Dude. Seth Rollins' knee, just shove it up your ass. Like it's too much. I'm done with it.
Dude, you can't have a triple suicide dive move set, high fly flow, all these jumping moves, and you're going to sell the knee the whole match. It's just ridiculous.
Better yet, right? Okay, so it is December 2018, right?
Yeah.
When did he tear his ACL? What month and year did he tear his ACL?
2015, sir.
November of 2015. What the fuck?
Like, we ain't moved on from that yet. Daniel Bryan and I have been doing, like, concussion-type selling anymore.
We're not talking about, like, we're not talking about, like, oh, he has a trick elbow or, like, we're talking about a knee. Like, you cannot compete and jump around the fucking gymnasium like he does every week in and out and then start selling knee. And the sad part is I called the spot. It was going to happen.
Yep. Yeah,
I was like, okay, so he's up there, he's gonna do the buckle bomb, and he's gonna he's gonna he's gonna crumple underneath his knee. Sure enough, 2 seconds later it happens. I'm like, oh my, and I'm like, and watch, he's gonna start jumping around again, and then every time he goes, he'll sell his knee, and it was, to me, it was a microcosm of, or not microcosm, it was eerily similar to the stuff he was doing at WrestleMania 33 with Triple H. Why I never got into the match, because it's like, it pulls me out where it's like, okay, you have been branded as this person, as a thinker and a smart person. A smart person would not have a bad knee and starts fucking running and jumping all around in the middle of a fight. That's fucking stupid.
And this makes me wonder for Rollins, like, as far as like where he's rumored to go. It's like, it makes me feel that he's just not number one material. Like, I didn't feel inspired by him. I haven't felt inspired by him in weeks.
And then now, like the dirty little secret about the Falcon Arrow, that's usually what his match picks up.
Oh yeah,
He hit the Falcon Arrow. It did not work in this match. The crowd was still flat. The match did not get any better.
Yep,
exactly. And that's the thing I'm saying about him. Maybe even up to maybe 2 months ago, when I was like, you're getting dangerously similar to, he's doing absolutely nothing until he's realized, like, kind of the same way that Cena realized, like, I've gotten to a point where I have these big matches, and I kind of realized, like, nobody's, like, people will react once I start doing big moves, and basically I do a beginning of 1/3 of a match, and then the last 2/3 are just kick out finishes.
Yeah.
And like when we got 2015 Cena, whatever, and like he figured that out, and he was having a great match after great match, big match anyway. But Rollins has figured out that, like, I can just pretty much have a low key match or whatever, and then I build it up towards a Falcon Arrow because people love the Falcon Arrow, and then from there I can go into the near falls, whatever else, and people will say I had a great match or a very good match at least. And this is the first time it finally caught him and bit him in the ass.
And you know, I feel like Seth Rollins is gonna come out here and cry on Twitter because that's what he does.
You let me down.
You let me down, San Jose.
and he has no excuse because
this was them. This was him and Ambrose.
Crowd was into the match right before it, and into the match immediately after it.
Right.
They
weren't burnt out. They weren't tired.
Nope. That's what we do.
This is on them too. This is on WWE Creative as a staff, a record label, and a crew for giving us this horrible feud that is literally has not picked what it actually wants to be.
Yep,
the entire time.
They keep changing what Ambrose wants to be or wants to do as far as his
motivation. Never in my life that I thought I would see a bad Ambrose and Rollins match on a pay-per-view.
Never.
These guys have been wrestling each other since FCW and having bangers ever since.
They had the best lumberjack match I've ever seen.
Yes. And they have the commentary just bury them. Like, it's a total disconnect with the Renee thing and everything like that.
That does not help either.
Bad night for those two.
Okay, I guess we need to skip over. We're done with that. Now let's move over to another great match.
My WWE match of the year: Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles. I have not been a fan of the new Daniel Bryan shit. I have thought this is a colossal error, like with them just wasting the best babyface of the last 20 years so badly that he was forced to turn heel or asked to turn heel. However, they came through with a classic. This was them beating the shit out of each other, doing what you would call a storytelling match.
Absolutely.
Doing a creative finish.
Yep.
Hope spots where you think both men can win. Them having a heel win and it not be on some bullshit, essentially.
Yep.
No fuck finish. What didn't this match have? Like, I went 4.75 on this.
I would have went 4.5.
I'm somewhere. I'm in between 4.5, 4.75. Yep. But man, it was a great match. Daniel Bryan, he's going back to the master of the small package. Back to his Ring of Honor days when he would beat everybody with small packages. So that was great to see. And like you mentioned, Richard, the whole match, there was points and it could have gone either way.
It could have gone either way.
AJ had him in the calf crusher. I was like, oh, Bryan's going to tap him. He was in the middle of the ring. I was like, oh, man, he's going to tap him, new champ. But no. Man, this is a great back and forth matchup.
Yeah, just incredible. Like, and it was like this was hotter than Rollins and Ambrose the whole time. Didn't know why it went on before it.
Same thing. Said the same thing.
This is it snuck in as a feud of the year candidate at the end. Daniel Bryan is creeping up as a wrestler of the year candidate.
He was already on there for me. I had him at 4 or 5.
Like I didn't have him on Ric Flair Wrestler of the Year, but I think he's gonna sneak on there. And like I said, we're going to release these awards soon. We'll have like a synopsis episode also. Yeah. But Styles, and like this match was everything we wanted all those AJ Styles dream matches to be.
Yeah.
Like with Nakamura. Joe and Styles was really good, but it never got to that big level like this, I feel like. It's good to see Daniel Bryan is not washed up like some people may have thought.
You petty, girl. I'll allow it.
And when I say some people, I mean one person, Mr. Dave Fenichel. Yeah. I will look directly in the camera. What's up, Dave? But yeah, man, like I was really happy to see Daniel Bryan in a great pay-per-view match. This is his first great match, or second great match since he's been back. So back to back. So like that's two of them. So it can only get better from here, hopefully.
Think about Charlotte's run. Like Charlotte goes from Evolution to Survivor Series with Ronda, and then this match. Like she's had 3 bangers in a row.
Right.
Yeah, like this. I mean, I think this is pay-per-view of the year for the main roster. I don't know how you feel like. I mean, I feel like there's 3 that stand out for me. It's Royal Rumble, it's Evolution, and it's this. But like as far as like paying off and give you multiple match of year contenders, this is the only card that has that.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And also, like, this also is a show that I know people really recognize this. Like, for the most part, most baby faces won, and then the heels that end up winning, like, it was okay. They won clean. There was no, like, super fuck finish that, like, really pissed you off, except for the main event, of course. But that main event, I mean, that is the thing where, like, that tied into a long story. Like, that was actually long-form storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you ran up on me. You ran up on me in the locker room at Raw. A few months ago, and you beat the piss out of me with a chair. Then Charlotte beats the hell out of me with a kendo stick. I owe y'all one.
Yeah,
y'all deserve it.
She gonna get booed.
Oh yeah. But as I say that, make no mistake, I look to the camera. They finna boo the piss out of her. Come tomorrow, they're gonna be furious. But look. If they want to make a pivot with her, like that's always the heel run was always going to be there for Ronda, especially given like Millennial Man nonsense. Like, so it was there. And also, like, think about what we also got on this pay-per-view. We got Becky getting vengeance
on Nia.
Yeah.
Yes.
And another good match out of Nia and Ronda.
I think we actually can get to that next. I believe that is next.
Okay.
So yeah, Ronda Rousey and Nia Jax, just over 10 minutes. Very physical encounter. And you had a joke, James. Maybe Nia should just wrestle Ronda exclusively from now on.
Yes.
Right?
Like either that and or practice all of her matches beforehand.
Yeah.
And in the Performance Center and then take it to
take it on the road.
Yep. Exactly. Maybe, just maybe, given what we've seen from the results of all these takeovers and also from these Ronda matches, maybe, just a thought. Yeah. Everyone practices all of their pay-per-view matches.
This was a hell of a match, guys. And, dude, Ronda is so great at selling.
Yes.
And it really works when she's against a bigger opponent like Nia Jax.
Yes.
That's actually believable.
And also have some, like, legitimate credit for accidentally, like, knocking someone out.
Yeah. I was wondering why Tamina didn't do more during the match. If she was out there she
was spotting right where she was at. She didn't need to do it anymore. She can't even do her own finish right.
Oh man!
I'm gonna say it like this. Right before she went to slap on the move, she looked at Tamina and was like, look,
"Don't you dare!"
You know what it was, right? She was shook off the realness.
Oh man! Oh man!
She didn't want no smoke. And then after Ronda got done, she pointed at her like, "I told you weren't gonna do shit. I told you ain't out the ring. You ain't want none."
That's funny. Yeah, but I like Ronda's gear.
Gear was raw.
I thought this was a good way to kind of like just blow this feud off. Mm-hmm. Nia, I think the face breaker thing is like kind of
the heat's gone.
Yeah.
Look, she started dropping the Ember.
Yeah, she got to give some of these wins back.
Yeah.
After that, we had Rey Mysterio and Randy Orton in a chairs match. The Battle of 2006 has come to visit us here in the present. Rey Mysterio ended up rolling him up with a victory roll.
Yeah, that was a nice little
match. 10 minutes, nothing too like bad or good, just kind of in the middle.
They had a
professional wrestling match.
Or a Randy Orton special professional wrestling match.
Yeah,
Ray got the quick upset win to keep the story going on,
and some innovative stuff with chair spots that you just don't see in normal.
The body slide chair that was pretty cool.
I was a little disappointed we didn't see Randy Orton come off the ropes with the chair.
Oh, like
you know,
Jeff Hardy and Hell in a Cell.
Yeah. But yeah, man. Where do you think Ray and Orton go next?
I don't think it's over.
Yeah, it's not over. We got the Royal Rumble. It's the next pay-per-view, so
They could probably just blow it off on TV.
And there's like 6 weeks until the Royal Rumble. So
right.
like,
they'll probably have a big TV match in between there.
About to just lay it down.
Yeah. Like SmackDown, they like to give us like, pay-per-view level things every so often when there's like a big gap between. So
yeah,
I think they'll end up doing that.
Finn Balor and Drew McIntyre. Now, these guys came out here and had a match. I don't think it got to that next level, and Finn Balor got a victory over Drew McIntyre.
That was very surprising. They've been pushing this man, Drew McIntyre, so hard since he came to the main roster. They've been protecting him, putting him with Dolph Ziggler, having Ziggler take the falls, and then having him strong on Raw, beating everybody on Raw, and now finally his first big singles pay-per-view match, and he loses.
Do you think that this is to knock some of the perception off of him?
That he's preordained.
Yes.
But he's a heel, so who gives a shit?
Right.
Like, that's more of an issue when it's a
babyface.
This is a babyface. And also, like, Roman Reigns was never cutting this level of promo at that time when he was getting pushed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he was cutting, suffering, succotash, and saying he was declaring for the Rumble.
Maybe they've learned from their mistakes, and they're just trying to cover all bases.
I mean, look, if that's the case, good for them or whatever else, because, like, it is clear as day that, like, they beat everybody that they have on the roster, and then when someone doesn't get beaten, it kind of sticks out like a sore thumb.
Right.
Like, if you want to be a person to do 50-50 booking, like, you need the 50-50 everybody, quote unquote. But, like, so I do think, like, from that extent, they can kind of get people to kind of calm down already. But for me, like, I've never been a fan of 50-50 booking, so it's like, for me, it's like, look, if you're going to push somebody, push them. And I don't mean like get creative to try to figure out a way to fuck them and have them stare at the Jumbotron or have someone beat them until someone's music comes out like you're a fucking geek, beat them. Or have someone go out there, win, and like, whether it's impressive or whatever else, win and not be a dummy. So from this perspective, like, I mean, unless you're going to do something with Finn, just beat him.
Right.
Like, you've beaten the piss out of him. Like, so you mean to tell me that Kane has to beat Finn Balor a year ago at this time? But Drew fucking McIntyre, who could be for your company for the next 10 years, can't?
Makes no sense.
Like, this has to be a three-way feud going forward, right?
Yeah. They got the Ziggler and Balor match booked tomorrow. I fully expect Drew McIntyre to run down there and whoop both of their asses.
Oh, yeah. Get his heat back.
So Ziggler came out there and got rid of McIntyre essentially with a super kick. He got laid the fuck out like a geek, and it was just. Do you think that in their mind their protection is that, like, it should have been a DQ, but the ref didn't call it DQ because he got kicked in the face with a chair? I think they didn't even think about that. I think
you don't think that chair wasn't their form of protection?
I'm sure it was. They were like,
maybe
if he didn't have the chair, maybe Drew would have kicked out or moved out of the way or something like that. But Drew
beat him with his move. He ended up beating him with his move after, right?
Oh, Triple A special?
Yeah.
Triple A special?
Yeah. But Drew can use an excuse like, hey, you used an illegal weapon, you cheated to beat me, you really didn't beat me clean. Yeah. And then they'll run it back again, and then Drew will beat him.
Yeah.
So after that, we had Natalya against Ruby Riott, and not just against Ruby Riott. Natalya went 1-on-3 with the Riott Squad and whooped all their ass and put them through the tables. I was so happy to see Natalya win this match after she dedicated it to Jim the Anvil Neidhart, who died, who's also her father. This was totally in this company's character traits to have her lose this match. I'm glad they resisted the low-hanging fruit of them trying to do that. So yeah,
like, this was like one of the most like heatless shows or like easy on heat shows I can recall.
It's just like
at least
wow.
Like this Evolution or two shows, you're just like
you're just not buried in it.
You just watch it and you're just like, this is enjoyable.
Yes.
Like the good guys win.
Why does it feel so good to watch this? Like
we had
also no good guys this show. I think if you disregard the Rollins and Ambrose, I don't think they were booing Rollins at all.
No, they were just born on the show.
Yeah.
No baby faces were getting booed out there.
Oh, yeah. Good point.
I wonder.
Nobody got rejected.
Yeah.
We had a strong baby face here and vanquished 3 heels. It was great.
Yeah.
So cool spot in the match. She pulled out the table where Ruby Riott was on the table. Scary moment for Liv Morgan. She fell off either she sold it really good or she was hurt when she took that apron bump through the table. Sarah Logan got laid down like a geek. And I enjoyed that match. I thought it was good to it's in the theme of the night. Like, the women are on top. Why can't they have more matches on these shows?
Yeah.
I clowned and said fire the men, but it's like, give the women more feuds. Like, why not? Like, obviously your dudes ain't doing it for you.
You can do more than just a title feud. You can have personal stories, number of championship matches. You can do more.
Right. And don't get it twisted. Like, this build was wonky. Like,
it was out there.
I will say this. Look, it was a bottom of the card feud or whatever else, but like, it was kind of wonky to do the whole like put your father on a big head poster and plaster him on the table. But like, at least we got an enjoyable moment out of it, and people were happy to see. Like, people genuinely like Natalya.
Everybody except Rance.
Nice. Look, she's a genuinely nice person.
What up, Rance?
You watch the Total Divas, the first episode, and you're just like, yeah, they do kind of treat her like they're like the redheaded stepchild. Like, oh yeah, you go do all this media, whatever else, but we won't really like.
We'll never push your ass.
Like, and a couple times they've actually tried to do, a few times they actually tried to do something with her aside from like her title run last year. Like, she's done pretty well. So it's like,
look, queen of the jump zone. Who can ever forget?
Yeah, she's the originator of the jump zone. Always hold a special place in my heart. So I'm like, I'm happy that she got this moment for herself. I'm gonna say a little moment, like
a little moment.
But I genuinely mean that. Like, so like that was a nice little moment. So what's next?
Yeah. So after that, we had Baron Corbin getting the fuck out of here, essentially. So, Baron, this was a WrestleMania 26 Bret Hart, Vince McMahon special.
Oh my God.
You think you got all your bases covered, and then all of a sudden, it's motherfuckers surrounding you that have turned. Like,
I will say this: there wasn't a situation where where Baron Corbin he almost died. Do you remember that doomsday device that Vince caught? Oh my God, he hit the back of his head all on the floor. Ugh.
Hey, feller, Caleb.
So, yeah, it was, but yeah, like, this was fun. Corbin gets his ass whooped or whatever else, and he can still say that this wasn't a fair fight. Blase squall. Vince shows up. Vince cans his ass. He goes back to wrestling. Which means he goes back down the card.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's not on our fucking show.
Fuck away.
Yeah, and he's not out here killing the show like doing all these segments.
Go on main event.
Yeah. So
Russell Kurt Hawkins.
So who came out there? It was Apollo. It was Gable and Rude.
Finn.
Yeah.
And
then Heath turned
and Heath Slater. Yes.
Kurt Angle.
Yes. Never forget.
Oh yeah, Angle got some of that.
Yeah, Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
I almost said Angle got some of that ass.
Hey, when Heath Slater took off that ref shirt, never forget, checks over stripes.
Yes.
So, yeah, so they whooped his ass for a smooth 16 minutes. I could watch that on loop all day.
It was 16 minutes long?
It went 16
minutes. Why did it feel like 5 minutes? Was that because I hadn't enjoyed it that much?
It was
the talking part. That's right.
The talking part got counted. And, Strowman, he didn't have to do anything physical. Still has, the arm
Jericho style.
Yeah.
Remember
Pin of Jericho style,
I think everybody speculated, he's going to do one power slam and get him out of there.
Yeah.
This was so much better.
Yeah.
They beat them piss.
I was clowning. It was like, this is a match of the year candidate. Just like with the way they whooped on Baron Corbin and got him the fuck out of here. I'm tired. I don't want to see him the rest of 2018.
Was this his best single match?
Yes.
I think so.
I
really do.
Oh, man.
I've never seen anybody that happy after watching the Baron Corbin match.
Ever. Yeah, so it'll be interesting though with Corbin gone now. They won't be able to blame the ratings on him. So,
oh yeah,
beware.
We know that is. They'll just bring in Alexa Bliss and then she'll also book badly.
Oh God.
Or maybe look, Vince said
maybe it's something different.
Well, look, Vince did say he knows what the problem is and how to fix it. So maybe this is the beginning of a new era.
The master plan.
Look, we have these people that people are supposed to gravitate to, or they're supposed to be the protagonists of the show.
Yep.
And then
the good people.
And then they go out here and win.
Who knew?
More times than not.
What a concept.
Maybe.
Who knew?
Maybe. Maybe you do it kind of like how you used to do it for the majority of the time you've owned the fucking company. Right? Maybe.
Oh, shit. Oh, man. So, we had a triple threat match for the tag team championships on SmackDown. As far as I'm concerned, this is the tag team championships. No Raw guys to be found except, Slater and, except Gable and Rude with the chairs rolling up on Baron Corbin's punk ass. We had the Bar against New Day and the Usos. I wish they got a chance to do a TLC match, especially as far as it was away from the main event.
I agree. However, they still had a very good damn match.
They did.
So I thought it was an upper tier TV match. The Usos didn't win. Kind of shocked there. They left it on the bar. I think they're so loaded on the SmackDown side.
At least they didn't pin them, though.
Yeah, I'm sure they're going to do the bar and Usos 2-on-2 next.
Yeah.
I think something's got to happen. Like, I think we get to this point with the New Day all the time where it's like, are we ever going to try any of them in singles? Ever.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, they're kind of spinning the rules right now.
It's been 4 years. Like, so
still ain't been around that long.
Let's try something. Like,
they can still be a unit and do singles programs.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's try something. Like, that's.
But then again, that would mean never mind.
Yeah.
Because never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think we all know that. Like, I mean, all three of them. Like, I mean, we've seen Kofi for years be a great be one of the better mid-carders. Like, we always talk about like someone like The Miz or Cody before he left, or Ziggler, and about how like these people have been like consistently solid mid-carders, and depending on in moments or whatever else they have some type of breakthrough potential at certain points. Mm-hmm. Like Kofi was in that group with those three. And then he went to a tag again because he's done a bunch of different tag teams or whatever else. And this is like probably the most successful run of his career. But like Xavier has all the potential in the world. Same for Big E, and also Big E is big, so he'll get more of a chance than
we know what coming in this is.
But like on SmackDown, like on that show when the top guy is AJ. And Bryan, or top guys are AJ and Bryan, like he has a chance to actually get a shot, and I think eventually it'll come, but hopefully it doesn't come too late. Right. Like we don't want it to be where like Kofi's like, dude, I got kids, I'm
Kofi's like 37.
Exactly.
Now, yeah.
I'm a lot older than I look because this don't crack.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Or black don't crack. So so like maybe it is. I think it's been past time, but like I love watching.
Like, can he not like? Can we get like Dan Bryan versus Kofi at the Royal Rumble since it's a Royal Rumble title defense or something?
Maybe.
Like, why not? Just fucking try it. Yeah. See what happens. So let's go into some of these comments here. So Dylan was like, "You're on the right, or you're on the wrong side of history, pal." Caleb said, "Is this a better squash match than Benoit and David Flair?"
No. I don't know if y'all remember that he beat the piss out of David Flair.
I don't remember that. I have to check that out. It's on the network?
It's like early 99. Gotcha. No. Actually, probably more towards the spring of 99. On Nitro, he beats the piss out of him.
Joe says, send him back to NXT to job to the newcomers. Then Ono comes up. I'm going to assume you're talking about Baron Corbin. And then Tom Gambardello says, this is nonsense. Protagonist winning on WWE television? Like,
how will you make breakaway stars if we let Steve Austin win? How will that work?
Yeah. And I guess our opener match, we had the finals of the mixed match challenge, the WWE G1, everybody. And it was Jinder Mahal and Alicia Fox against R-Truth and Carmella. R-Truth, who has been doing this gimmick forever.
Literally since 2002. In TNA, he started rapping.
Ageless wonder. Archer was born in 1972, James. Why is he still cut like this?
Wait a second. He's older than Kobe?
Yes. He's a grandfather.
Wow. So he's
like a decade older, or he's like 5 years older than Kobe.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, man, look, he has no gray hair. He has...
Well, that might be this Kevin Nash Just for Men special for all.
Oh, okay. Okay. He's still rapping the song, doing his thing. And he's number 30 in the world. He's still dancing.
Still hit the split.
Still athletic. He's number 30 in the Rumble. Is this the year, James, for R-Truth?
Man, dropped an album, right?
You really
dropped the album.
Yeah, dropped the album. Yes, yeah. It's doing good on streaming. Have you heard it?
You think I listened? First off, I haven't really listened to Big Following Rap since 2014, and you know this. You think I'm out here to say, you know what? I'm going to pick up this R-Truth album. I'm going to pick up this Ron Truth album.
Yeah, man. That's endurance, I think that's the name of it. But yeah, him and Carmella beat Jinder Mahal and Alicia Fox. Alicia Fox was fly as hell, coming to the ring as normal. Jinder got booed out of the building still.
We'll never forget him winning the WWE.
Yes, we will never let that shit go.
The Hollywood boys still out here getting jiggy out
there. Yes, I will always ride for those guys. Like, those dudes, like, will do their thing.
They earn their check.
Yeah.
Caleb Baldwin, black don't crack, right? Exactly. Simon says.
I thought I just said that.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
Simon says the mixed match challenge ain't worth shit. Correct. Except the money they got paid for it to go on Facebook.
Yeah.
My Facebook.
Now you know how Simon is. How Simon's all negative Nancy shit, and I always call him out on it. Do you think he thought he was kicking knowledge when he said that shit? You know, the mixed match challenge is trash, right? Yes, Simon.
Yeah. But overall,
if you have the best part, they have to pick the vacation spot.
Correct.
Oh my God!
Stanford, Connecticut. Amazing.
We're going to WWE headquarters.
So like they say Vince McMahon and R-Truth like have a really close relationship for whatever reason. And that's kind of why you feel like R-Truth is just hanging around forever.
Yeah.
But at least it's not like he's the fucking Cologne cousins.
Correct.
Right.
Correct. Well, I think that's more like a family hope they buy the tape library one day type thing. And second generation, third generation wrestling business, like their families go way back.
Vince loved to like push her
a legacy act.
The motherfucker they like. I've known you since you were 5 or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I mean,
Simon says, "I got your ass, James." But overall, what do we think of TLC?
Dude,
2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs up, man.
2 thumbs up. Absolutely.
Yeah. I don't feel bad after this show. I don't feel like I want to write columns that will just crush them. I think only the Rollins and Ambrose match was a misfire.
That's the only match that I felt like I was disappointed by.
Yeah.
Everything else, like, just it ran smoothly. Lots of good guy victories. And it felt like the company really needed this based on how Monday Night Raw had been going. SmackDown hasn't been having these problems, but Monday Night Raw has just been this albatross that has had the ratings kind of just seep into other, Raw drives the traffic. And I hate when people don't acknowledge this, when they go on Twitter and be disingenuous and say, well, nobody ever talks about SmackDown ratings.
Because Raw and SmackDown always, like on average, always gets 85% of the Raw viewership.
When you should start looking at SmackDown is when they get beyond that. Like when they're only getting like 75%, that's a problem.
Like SmackDown had a bad rating last week, right?
Right.
Or I'm sorry, just this past Tuesday.
It was up.
It was, as far as retention, it was 90% of the Raw number.
Right. Yeah. So that means ratings technically up on SmackDown. So the thing is, Raw drives the overall viewership. So when Raw struggles, WWE struggles.
Because everyone has been programmed for the last
20
It's only tradition.
Raw's the flagship.
Exactly.
And also things like Survivor Series when they win 6-0.
Yeah.
Even though we get to this show and 2 of the top 3 matches are SmackDown matches.
Yeah.
And then it's like a drop off after that.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. But overall, I think the company needed this show to be great, and it was.
Yeah.
And
it's almost as if they've always known that they could book well, and then they just decide to fuck off.
Yeah.
It's almost as if, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But make sure, I guess that's a good place to leave it for now. Make sure you guys check out all our shows here on the Social Suplex Podcast Network. Of course, Jeremy Donovan has Keepin It Strong Style with Joshua Smith dropping Tuesday. What you got on deck this week?
We'll be reviewing the 2 Road to Tokyo Dome shows that happened Friday and Saturday. That awesome Golden Lovers versus Ospreay and Tanahashi. And
great.
More preview for Wrestle Kingdom. So get ready.
Yeah.
Are you going to at least touch up on some of the elite guys because of the Ring of Honor thing?
Yes, yeah. Final battle happened this weekend, so we'll talk about what's going on with the elite, their farewell from Ring of Honor, all that in the latest news. So we'll keep you updated on all that stuff as well.
Awesome, man. And me and James still got the One Nation Radio Awards to come. We have the Fuck Out of Here draft coming, which will be epic.
The Rookie and Clyde, the Super Quiz, Florida versus UK is coming up.
That's going to be pretty great. And then we've got, I think that's the official One Nation Radio Awards. So thank you for tuning in with us after these shows. If it's feasible, we'll try to do these after the post pay-per-view shows. definitely like all the live viewership that we had here today. If you're watching on Twitter and all that, we appreciate it. And anything else I want to add before we get up out of here?
Yeah, one quick thing. I think that if their job was to try to heat up the road to WrestleMania before just like leaving it to, we're going to have the Royal Rumble do it, like how they've done in a lot of years.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think they're doing it. I think this was a good starting point to like try to push towards the Royal Rumble, build towards the Rumble over 6 weeks, knock Royal Rumble out the park, and then get toward WrestleMania as like the viewership gets more into the season of building toward WrestleMania. Like this will get more eyes into the product if you do good work.
Yeah, I would think positive energy
is better than negative energy.
Yeah, personally, but
like, don't you actually feel like you actually?
I feel like I want to tell people how good this show is.
Yeah. Also, don't you want to feel like you actually don't dread having to watch Raw tomorrow now?
Yeah, I'm actually like kind of want to see what happens now.
Yeah, like Vince is gonna be in the show too. Like you assume Vince is gonna fire. Go there. You're fired.
Yeah.
So
he's gonna get his cheap
Make
pop.
that man join Kiss My Ass Club.
Oh man, we gonna bring that shit back.
Woo! This man, we thought that like 2 summers ago that they had buried him when he like blew the cash in. If he joins the Kiss My Ass Club in 2018, where all this sexual harassment shit is going on in Me Too and everything else, oh my god!
Oh my gosh!
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Ultimate bum of the year.
Bum of the year. Oh yeah.
I mean, it's already.
Yeah, I mean, we gotta name that too. Like on our show on Lords of Pain, we've been naming Bum of the Week for 16 weeks now.
Yeah.
Corbin's won several of them, and he's been on the list. So
like almost every week.
I feel like we know who Bum of the Year is trending towards.
Yeah.
So
that would just put it all the way over
the top.
Yeah.
Kobe system.
Yeah.
You know.
Make a belt for that man.
Right.
Bum champion.
You know, so I'll make a graphic and tweet it to him. So and get blocked in the process probably.
Do you really care about getting bought by Baron
Fuck
Corbin?
no.
Exactly.
Wouldn't be the first person.
Me either.
Yeah. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up. We will holler at y'all next time. Enjoy everything else here on the Social Suplex Podcast Network. Like I said, we've added 2 new shows: the Omega Loop Podcast, Wilfred Watches, of course, the Ricky and Clive Wrestling Show, Keepin It Strong Style, One Nation Radio, The Outsider's Edge, and
grown men watch this shit.
And my man Jeremy saved me with perfect timing right there, because I was like, we got so many shows, I'm starting to forget. Yeah, people gonna be, I don't want nobody to feel snubbed, nothing like that. We got
maybe we're going over 5 hours is too much. Maybe, 5 hours is
we want
5 hours a lot of content. It's very hard to come up with 5 hours of content.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Every single week.
That's what they say.
Check out powerslam.tv. Use the promo code
Social Suplex.
Get you a free month, over 3,000 hours of great independent wrestling.
So check that out. Help us out and enjoy some wrestling. It's gonna wrap it up. Holla. Peace. Stop streaming there. And everybody in the group, we rolling out. Holla.
Later.
Thank you for listening to One Nation Radio. We'll see you next time.